was absolutely, positively spectacular. No surprise at all what I saw from KD. The play-in in the playoff, the play-in to get to the playoffs took place last night. I missed something, though. I didn't see some championship celebration that everybody's been talking about. We're about to find out about that. They shouldn't have told me that. They shouldn't have told me there was a championship celebration
the details,
for a play-in game. I didn't know about that. Lord have mercy. First takes in the house. Let's go.
Play-in basketball is underway. You're going to see players put it on the line here to try to advance.
This is survival. Gotta treat every new day like the final. Oh my, nobody believe it, they all in denial.
And this is why Brooklyn has a chance against anyone, because they've got Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant.
And the Brooklyn Nets will advance into the playoffs.
Now it's time to focus in on what the goal is, and that's to keep playing until June.
Oh, I can tell today's going to be one of those days. Gentlemen, we're talking playoff basketball. Does the play-in round count? I think it does.
Yes, I do.
It's playoff basketball.
We did it. We won the play-in.
I can't wait because I saw the first game, but I had a family matter to deal with last night.
Okay.
So I watched a lot of the second game, but I didn't see it all. And they telling me that I missed something after the game. So we'll talk about that later. I didn't see it.
Oh, my goodness.
I can't.
One shining moment.
Okay,
That's all I
so
got to
just
say.
save it.
That's all I got to say.
Mr. Pat Bev.
Wait.
That's all I got to say.
Pat Bev with the Kobe pullover.
Hold up. Let me
all I gotta say.
hold on, Lex. Let me start with the early game,
right.
and then you can get into the act like you've been there moment.
They got me interested. I didn't know. All right, go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
That's going to be a whole segment for you. How about that?
Oh, my goodness.
All right, let's go.
All right.
Let's go.
So KD and Kyrie missed one shot combined in the first half of their 115-108 play-in win over the Cavs. Next up, round one versus the Boston Celtics, who just beat a KD and Kyrie net squad in March. Boston will not have Robert Williams available, as Ben Simmons may appear in this series. And speaking of Williams, KD not a fan of Bruce Brown's take on the Celtics. Listen up.
Now they don't have Robert Williams, so they have less of a presence in the paint, and we could attack Al Horford and Tice. So them not having Robert Williams is huge. What did he say? All right, man. That's caffeine probably talking. Take some before the game. We don't need to say like that. Let's just go out there and hoop.
You're up first. Who should be favored in net Celtics?
Well, first things first, let me comment about what KD said. Kevin Durant is the best basketball player on the planet Earth. He's the best in the world, in my mind. And when he says something like that, he would know. Two-time champion, two-time NBA Finals MVP. And I like Bruce Brown. I like him a lot. And I don't think he's getting enough shine, to be quite honest with you. He's their third wheel. Bruce Brown could play. And he plays on both ends. He doesn't cheat you with energy. He doesn't cheat you with effort. And I think his game is pretty nice. So I want to give Bruce Brown some love, but also some advice. You would need to listen to Kevin Durant. When Kevin Durant speaks about something like that, he's E.F. Hutton. You listen. Because you ain't qualified to say stuff like that about the opponent. You have done nothing yet in the postseason if you're Bruce Brown. You listen to Kevin Durant. That's all I got to say about that. I got the Nets favored to win this series. I got the Nets favored to win this series because of the absence of Robert Williams. If Robert Williams was there and he had him on the interior, then I would go with Boston. I think his absence is going to be pivotal. I know that Kyrie ain't going to have it as easy as he had it last night. It's Marcus Smart you're about to go up against. That's a different animal, okay? So I know it's going to be tough, but I just believe in KD so much that when you look at Boston, we're going to learn about Tatum and Brown. Because if you Tatum and Brown, you want this. This is the greatest opportunity that they have ever had in their careers as a team. This is a team that was going to the Eastern Conference Finals. But this right here, because it's a dynamic duo in Brooklyn, This is not you going up against a LeBron and obviously trying to get to the finals. This is you as a dynamic duo going up against the premier dynamic duo in basketball, in Kyrie Irving and KD. So this is Tatum and Brown's chance. It's just that I believe in KD. I have nothing else to say. Their defense is shaky. All right.
Second unit is not good.
The defense is shaky. Their second unit is not good. I know that Boston collectively, their defense is elite, number one. I get all of that. But the absence of Robert Williams makes it come down to me. Tatum and Brown versus KD and Kyrie. And here's my belief. There's only one KD. And to take him out, I got to see it. I got to see it. It's one thing if Kyrie wasn't there. But with Kyrie being there, it's going to come down to KD. And I just believe in that brother. That's what I
Well, here's what I think. I think what happened last night was those two guys just put this impression in your head now, and you're envisioning this long run. Because I understand Robert Williams is important, but would you have said what you just said 2 weeks ago?
Yes.
Or is it based on what you saw last night specifically, where now you go, oh,
In fairness to me.
Okay.
Fairness to me because I'm
Be fair to yourself.
Tim Lakeland's not being fair to me right now.
Be fair to yourself.
Jay Williams would attest to this. I've been saying this for weeks now. I've been on NBA Countdown. Everybody been getting on me. I've been saying Brooklyn. Everybody like, what the hell's wrong with him? You understand? I'm saying they could get knocked out in the first round. I'm aware of this. Or they could go to the finals.
Right.
But this series right here, I think Robert Williams is needed. And the fact that he's not there, that's where I'm at.
And you are right that they could make a run to the finals, but I don't think they're going to get past Boston.
Okay.
I'm picking Boston to win the series because Rob Williams is important, but it's a lot more than him when you talk about collectively, defensively, the way that they play and the number of guys on the perimeter with size and length and strength. And you don't have to shut these two dudes down. You just have to make them a little bit less efficient and then let the other weaknesses of the Nets' overall team come into play. If they're going to gut you the way they did last night, no, you got no chance. But Boston won't allow that to happen. They're going to make them less efficient. So now the lack of depth, the lack of size, the lack of shooting, all of those things come into play. And I just look at Boston and I say, I'm not going to slight what they just did, 26-6 to finish the year. It's legitimate. Now, I will say this. This is the biggest moment of Jason Tatum's career. He's the flag bearer now. You want a seat at the table with Kevin Durant and these guys? You've got to go toe-to-toe with Kevin Durant. You can't get outplayed thoroughly in this series. That doesn't mean you're going to be better than him every night, but you've certainly got to hold your own. So at the end of the series, we say, man, that was pretty much a push. Jason Tatum answered the bell, and then Jaylen Brown, do the best you can to match Kyrie. So then it comes down to the rest of your team, and that's why I have more faith in the Boston Celtics. I think their defense will do just enough to expose the other issues with the Nets roster that we just talked about.
You see, I think Boston is more of a complete team. But back to your point about Robert Williams, this is why I think it's such a huge loss, Legs. As a guard, Robert Williams' ability to show on all that pick and roll stuff, his feet laterally, he can stay in front of you to a degree, but also if you get by him just breathing on your neck, right? His ability to block shots or even alter you psychologically thinking, where's this guy coming from?
Track you.
Changes the dynamic of who they are defensively. I look at Al Horford, I look at Daniel Tyson, I say, these are the guys that Kyrie and KD want to see off every ball screen. Also, we talk about this moment for Jason Tatum. You talk about Kevin Durant. This is a massive opportunity for Kyrie. All the stuff that's been happening all year long about the vaccination, whether or not be playing, the conversation about would he show up when you need him to the most. It's an opportunity for him to exercise all the demons, to go into the Boston Garden with the incense, right? To take on the team that people said he wasn't the leader that they needed. He left us. Now it's an opportunity for Kyrie to show on the highest level that he is the guy that can lead a team along with maybe the best player in basketball, Kevin Durant.
I don't disagree with you on that at all. A matter of fact, I was on vacation when Steven Jackson, for all the smoke, went on video talking about me because of what I had said about Kyrie Irving. I got to get at my brother because Steven Jackson's my brother. I love him dearly, but we just disagree a lot of times on certain issues, and this Kyrie Irving issue is one of them. This belief that I don't want to see Kyrie Irving play is just so inaccurate, it's embarrassing. It's the opposite. I want to see him play. How many times I've been saying he's a showstopper? How many times I've been lamenting the fact that where the hell you at? You should be out here. Why are we seeing a 60-point game a couple of times a year when with you it's capable of happen about a third of the year? It's spectacular as you are. The brother is box office, and last night when he had his first 12 shot, didn't miss a shot for the first 3 quarters. It would have been an NBA record, playoff record, if it was the playoffs as opposed to the play-in. Kyrie Irving is absolutely spectacular, but you are absolutely 1,000% right. Oh, you got to show up now.